Zach Palmworth Autoblog here at the New York Auto Show. And right next to me is the 2024 Kia EV9. This is Kia's big new 3-row SUV electric vehicle. So this is pretty much the third 3-row SUV that is electric in the market now. And it's one of the most stunning to look at in person, honestly. So you have Kia's new design philosophy with the opposites united. So you have a lot of sharp angles. It's very squared off. It's a really utilitarian shape. Some of my favorite touches are up front with the lighting here. You can see this light that actually shines through the paint. It's a dynamic lighting option. You can customize it. There's a few settings in the infotainment. It's really, really neat. I'll move along the side here though. See, this one has a really, really awesome 21-inch wheel design. There are a few different wheel sizes that you can get, but this one is probably my favorite. I just love all of the different shapes through there that really create an awesome look. You have some really emphasized fender cladding here. It's painted in a very shiny black. And then moving further along the side here, as I step through, you'll see you have the pop-out door handles that we're used to with like the Kia EV6 and other Hyundai eGMP models, because yes, this is the eGMP platform. So moving along to the back here, we really get to see that squared off shape to it. I love this design because it's going to be very useful in addition to just flat out looking good. So we get this awesome shape to the LED tail light, some really great detailing in there. Of course, your GT line badge back here too. You have an extra long spoiler actually that helps the coefficient of drag. And yeah, overall, like this is a really, really impressive and premium looking 3-row SUV from Kia. And the fact that it's electric is really, really neat. But we should hop on the inside first because there's a lot going on in there. So welcome on into the interior of the Kia EV9. And this is where things start to look very premium for Kia versus a lot of their other models. So directly in front of me, I have this very squared off shaped steering wheel, which is different, unique, very interesting. And also here we have a totally new and different dash design versus what we're used to. These few buttons here are actually haptic, and they light up when the car is on, but they dim when the car is off, so you don't actually see them when the car is off. It's just a blank piece of trim right there. Your climate controls are in this strange little middle panel right here in between the two 12.3-inch touch screens, but there are some physical controls down there. Now, one of the beauties of this being an EV is that you have a nice flat floor, which allows you a ton of storage and space up front here. You can see that Kia has tried to take advantage of that with just a lot of down there floor storage space and a giant center console with a ton of space everywhere, huge cup holders. And as you're looking at these seats and whatnot, I will point out that this is a new effort from Kia to create a vegan style interior. So there's no leather at all, but they're using a lot of unique materials that are recycled using other items that Kia just has never tried to do before. I think it looks really cool, honestly. So this one specifically being the GT line, it has this awesome two-tone interior with a lot of suede in here too. So suede pillars, suede headliners. Feels really, really premium in here. But we should hop to the back seat because this is a 3-row SUV that can seat up to 7, and it's really, really comfortable back there. So here we are in the back seat of the EV9, and this thing's real party trick are the various seat options that you have here. This one is rocking the comfort seats. So that means you can fully recline and you're like at a full sleeping angle, honestly, when you throw these seats all the way back. Kia says that it's very convenient when you're charging and want to rest if you're sitting around for 25-30 minutes, because that's about how long this thing takes to charge from a 10 to 80% charge, because you do get the 800-volt architecture with 230 kilowatt charge speed. It's really, really good specs. And you know, very similar to the Telluride that this car is, you know, has a similar shape to and size. Tons of space back here. The third row is not the biggest in the segment, but you know, it's still very usable for small children and or short rides for adults. And before we end here, let's take one quick look at the trunk because this is an SUV, that's what it's about. So back here, we have the cargo space. It's very similar to what the Kia Telluride's cargo space is actually, because similar size. You have about 20 cubes with the third row up, which is a respectable amount. And then when you put them all the way down, both the second and third row, it's a little over 80 cubic feet. So a very utilitarian car, but that's what this EV9 is about. Premium, great utility, great EV specs. You're looking at, with the top spec, 300 miles of range is what Kia is estimating with the dual motor, 516 pound-feet of torque, about 5.0 to 60. So a lot of really good things going for this car. We don't know a price yet, but definitely looking forward to driving it and spending more time with this big 3-row Kia EV.